Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. I hope you're all doing well with the new year. And if you're an oldie but a goodie who's joining me again, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are new to my channel, my name is Anne, and on my channel, I review foreign international shows. And today I'm back. Last time we reviewed Bridgerton. That was so much fun and fantastic. If you have not watched Bridgerton, you are missing out. So please go watch that. So much fun. But today I'm back again, and this time we are in Europe, and to be specific, France, and coming with this show called Lupin. I think that's how you say it. I bet you there's a French way of saying that. And it's just fantastic. So love it. Now with Netflix, what they've done is you can either listen to it in the French original, obviously voices, because it's done in France, or you could choose to do listen to it. It's dabbed, so they're mouthing off in English. And I have to say, the mouthing off is pretty good, so it's not too distracting. You know how sometimes they do that and you're just like, oh my, the mouth is moving, but the words are just not connecting. This is pretty good. However, I always recommend, when you can, please watch it from the native language, because there are just some things that just don't translate, right? Like there's nuances and things that do based on your culture that will not translate if you're listening to it in English. And I also feel like the only way you can learn about a culture or language is to listen to it, and it's so much fun. But at least this one, they do give us an option if you want to read the subtitle or if you want to listen. So, but just an excellent show. I wanted to come here and review this one. Like I said, it's called Lupin, and the main character of this is Omar Sy. And really, I just loved it, even from the way it opens. First of all, the trailer itself is just like, wow, I can't wait to watch that. It just opens up with this guy, he is Omar, who's Lupin. And he is like working like a janitor in that prestigious museum in France. I think it's the Louvre, where they have the Mona Lisa and all those beautiful paintings in there. And all we see is that he's looking at this beautiful diamond necklace. And then, all you're thinking is he's a janitor. And it looks like him and his buddy over here cleaning are looking like they want to steal it. And you're like, what? What is going on? But as the story progresses and you get to learn about him, we're told he was raised by a single dad who worked for this very rich family, the Pellegrini, I believe, and the father was a driver for them, and the father ends up being incriminated for stealing a necklace, and it turns out that's the necklace he's looking at in the museum. So what happened was, when the father is incriminated, he goes to jail. He's sentenced for like 25 years for stealing this necklace. And the necklace was never found, and then 25 years later, it reappears, and then there it is in the museum. And he's like, if my dad stole it, which he knew his dad didn't do it, why did it finally show up? Okay? And then obviously they made his father write a letter to make it sound like he's the one who stole. So he grew up thinking his dad actually did it, and then only to find out he didn't. And so he decides to revenge, and that's really the basis of this show. But to even make them even more interesting, when he was younger, his dad would push him to read and do like vocabulary words and stuff like that. So he gave Lupin this book called Lupin, and it's actually about a gentleman burglar. It's really interesting in the fact that when he read the book, it like teaches you about this burglar who used to be, it's almost like your James Bond situation, very smart, it's a little bit magical in the way he goes around stealing, and he can be in a situation and gets himself out. We also find out that Oma goes to a very prestigious school. You have to watch to find out how he ended up there. And because of that, really, when the show opens up, we think he's a janitor, but he's a very well-to-do person, very wealthy. And so he's able to create the situations because the goal is to steal the necklace and revenge for his father. But in the means and the way he does it, it's so good. If you love drama that has action, that has mystery, it's funny, and then there's his family. He also has a son with his, I believe they are working on their relationship. It's just so much fun. And then obviously, it doesn't surprise you that he would give his son the same book, and his son is just loving it and reading it. So really the whole series, and I believe this is part 1, is based on Oma's character trying to revenge his dad, and the way he goes about it, with how he can go in a situation, steal, and nobody would know, or go in a situation and affect something, and by the time they figure out what happened, he's out of there. It's so interesting. So if you love any dramas that have mystery, it was so good. It's almost, like I said, it has a James Bond feeling to it, and just mysterious and just fun. I had to jump on here and say this is one definitely worth the watch. And actually, I just heard that it was so good. I believe it's doing very well, that they're actually going to be doing part 2, so I cannot wait. And it makes sense because the way it ends, they do leave you on a cliffhanger. I don't do spoilers here, so I'm gonna let you watch it for yourself, but I'm letting you know you will not be disappointed. It has everything for everybody. Like I said, it has action, it's witty, it's funny, it's family, it has it all. It has crime, it's a drama, so it's really well-written story. He's an excellent actor. I enjoyed watching him. And like I say, I encourage you, you can watch it in English dubbing, but maybe for one episode, switch it to French and just listen to them speaking in French. Ooh, and we all know how we love French, right? Oui, je ne sais quoi, right? Like, we just love it. It's beautiful language. So just to hear them even just speaking in their language is so much fun. That's why we watch international shows, right? Because we are stepping out of our comfort zones and learning about other cultures, which is so fantastic. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly jump here and say definitely worth a watch. Please watch it. It's on Netflix. I believe it came out a week or 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. And it's one of those, one episode, you want to see what happens next. You can binge watch real quick. They're not too long, and just fantastic. But once again, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, turn that notification button on. It does help my channel. And I'll see you again when I review another excellent foreign show. Deuces.